Good morning. This is nuts. Almost all the snow melted yesterday, and then we got 12 inches last night. Fortunately, I moved most of the stuff that I needed inside the barn so we can keep on trucking on putting this floor in. We're putting in these post-to-post girders here, and once we've hammered them in to the little pockets, we're gonna fix them with these long 5-inch GRKs and pilot drill at an angle, and then put 2 of these screws in on each one, and that should hold these in pretty strong. I really like these style screws. The Star, the never slips. Never had a problem with it, and they're just super strong. GRK. I always buy really nice screws. I just prefer not to worry about them stripping or breaking, and I think the price difference, like between a sort of standard set of screws and a premium set of screws is maybe, $10 on a big box. I've been able to take apart like makeshift benches and shelves and stuff that I just threw together with high quality screws. And these pieces have been out in the snow over a season. The screws aren't snapping, maybe 1 or 2 in a whole thing that I take apart. So I'd say buy high quality screws. All of the post-to-post girders are in, and we cut our first pocket on both sides of these 2 using this little jig here, so we can use the pattern router bit. And this is going to be the span for the girder that's going to support this 8-foot rear floor. Once this girder is in here, I'm going to cut off this bit of stub, and this is going to get supported by a mini post down here, so in addition to the screws into the sidewall, so this will be plenty strong. So we're just doing half lap pockets. There'll be a little pocket here, and then we'll cut out the remainder on the girder so that there's a little shelf that fits in here. And that will complete the basic framework. And then between these post-to-post girders, we're going to have an additional 3 girders between them. So there'll be 6 along here. 1, 2, and then 1 near the wall there, offset slightly. We're pulling that one back a little bit so it can clear this plumbing stuff. And then the same thing here. Once this girder goes here, there'll be 2 more spanning, and that'll be sufficient spans to hold up all the small joists, and those all get reinforced with little posts on stones. Marked the locations for the intermediate girders on one side, on this end, and then on the far end, and then we stretched a line between the 3 points so we could connect in the middle points. That way these will be nice and straight relative to the ends. So I marked that line, and then we'll pull up this line, this string line, and do the layout for the girder pocket. There's really no beating a good jig. I just clamp this on and use my pattern bit to start the cut. It's deep enough so now the cut itself is the pattern. Because I have to lower it, the bit's not deep enough. So I'll do all these and then I'll come back and finish them. Main girders in place, and what I did was I used a marking gauge to draw a straight line. See the pencil line, and then on the ends I put a nail and pulled a string line, and you can see, turn some light, you see how the pencil line is below the string line, which means the bow is pointing down, which is what we wanted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clear a space for the stone pads and jack this up and insert a little mini post. And when we release the jack, this line should be in line with the string line. And that means we got a straight piece and it's compressing the mini post. Right now we have all the main girders in and all the main girders supported by the foundation stones and mini posts, and you can see, like over here, the mini post is pretty short on that end, and pretty long on this end, and then short over here. So we're just dealing with the grade that we have, which saves us some kind of labor of leveling or digging down or pouring piers. This is a very adaptable way to build a floor. If anything sags or if there's any movement, we can unscrew a piece of the plywood, jack up, and add a longer post, or add additional posts if we're going to put a big heavy piece of machinery in here. It's been a adventure dealing with the U.S. of America 4x4s. I tell you, I miss the material we would get in Japan. I mean, you could go to the hardware store and get pretty perfectly square, perfectly straight cedar or cypress. Admittedly, Douglas fir is a little wonkier, especially this second growth stuff, but it's I miss the nice timbers. So we're doing what we can, but it's coming together, and I just got to get a couple more of these stones and some more 4x4s to finish up the girders, and then we'll start putting on joists. So thanks again for hanging out for day 2 of the barn floor build.